The first big one, and this is going in more or less sequential order of the methylation process of the body and the genes along the way, starting with MTHFR. So this gene breaks down folate, which is vitamin B9, into methylfolate. Methylfolate is needed for a series of later processes in the body. It also breaks down folic acid, which is a synthetic form. And if the enzyme activity is suppressed because of the mutation in the gene, then it's not breaking down that folate. And by the way, this can be more of an issue if someone's consuming a lot of grain products, because in the USA, folic acid is being added to almost the entire grain supply. So this can exacerbate the problems. MTHFR gene is responsible for preliminary methylation. It provides the compounds. In other words, the methylfolate is providing the materials needed for later steps in the methylation processes. So just one of the issues with low levels of MTHFR function is this can lead to increased levels of homocysteine in the body, which can increase inflammation. It can lead to lower levels of SAMe in the body, which can result in low neurotransmitter production, low dopamine production. Also, methylfolate is needed for detoxification and for antioxidant effects because it helps to make glutathione. Also, it's so widespread. Someone with MTHFR gene mutation may have gut issues, metabolism issues, hearing issues, spinal problems, infertility, excessive inflammation, feelings of sadness, anxiousness, or anger, issues with the mind, and sleep problems. None of this sounds good. This is one of my breaks, by the way, and it's very common. Apparently, almost half of the world's population have the MTHFR gene mutation. So if somebody's experiencing this mutation because the enzymatic activity is suppressed, he or she might consider supplementing with a methylated form of folate, in other words, methylfolate, approximately 1 milligram daily in the morning. Because again, the body's not making methylfolate. I don't love the idea of consuming a material that's not really found in nature. It's basically synthesized and it's created folate into methylfolate. But if my body's not making methylfolate, I'm kind of screwed. So I would consider doing it. Also, it seems like I can't give exact specific dosage recommendations, but I'm just sharing what I've learned in my experience. Most people do better around 1 milligram a day. However, this dosage may vary. Some people might do better with 3 or 4 milligrams a day, or some people have even taken a high dose up to 10 milligrams a day. Definitely exercise caution. I would start with a low dosage and see how that goes, and maybe increase it if needed. Also, somebody with this mutation is likely to have low levels of B12 in the body, and so he or she might consider supplementing with vitamin B12. In that case, you would want to take methylcobalamin, hydroxycobalamin, or adenosylcobalamin and avoid cyanocobalamin. Approximately 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day of B12, or up to 5,000 milligrams a day, with some individuals responding better at that higher level. So if you need to find that methylfolate, that's the methylated form of B9. You can find that at rapidregeneration.com/B9, and you can find the B12 at rapidregeneration.com/B12. Okay, the second gene, and I know this is a lot of information and this is overwhelming, and probably this makes a lot more sense if you've actually gotten a gene test and now you're trying to make sense of the results.